everyone. I'm so back in the hotel, just taking it really easy today. So I thought I'm going to jump on live because I will be going to Thailand in just 2 days. So I don't know how the situation is like there, but I'm going to share with you what it is like. It's gonna stay here and what happened to our trip from the day we left home. So uh, yeah, I will hopefully you find these tips easy to follow, and maybe if you have any question, don't be shy to ask. All right. So right now I'm sitting in my living room in the motel. I did some posting just 1 day ago about how I feel about this hotel, so you can go and check it out on the community post. So why Langkawi, right? I'm gonna share with you why I choose Langkawi over Bali or over Vietnam, and also what are the situations that I'm facing and how I resolve it. So is this a good place to stay for long term? I think it really depends on individual. I choose Langkawi because I never been here, and we heard so much about Bali, why is so many digital nomad. I think Langkawi is more suitable for some people like us who is like retired, because I saw there was a lot of people who stay in this motel. They were actually retired, and when the first night when we arrived, we met a few couples that has been here at least 5 times in this hotel, yeah, or rather motel. So they've been traveling like they were like early 60s. So if you are still thinking about traveling long term, whether is it by yourself or with your partner, I think you should give Langkawi a try. We stayed here for almost 2 weeks now, and we'll be checking out in 2 days. I have to go to Thailand because I'm a Singaporean. I need to do a visa run, so we'll probably be spending a week there and come back to Malaysia and start on our trip to Penang, and follow by a road trip, renting a car from north to south of Malaysia. So it's going to be, I hope I could do more live streaming like that, so that to keep you guys posted on how's the situation like. In fact, to be honest, we were a little bit panicked from the beginning because we do not know what to expect. But after staying here for 2 days, I felt like I'm so homely here. Not because this environment is better. It's, I think, how the way people treat us. I felt like everywhere we go, people are really kind and helpful. I've never come across anybody who is rude or who is not service minded. Everybody is like so service minded. So that's why I want to come here and see for myself, because I heard so much about that. And I personally feel like in Langkawi it's really easy to live here. You don't really need to learn the Malay or any other language, because everybody here can speak English and they are quite fluent in the English. So don't be afraid. The cost of living for me, I find that it is very affordable. If you Because I know this Langkawi is more Malay people staying in this island. Unlike if you're on the peninsula, there are more mixture of both the Chinese and the Indian. But for me, because everyone can speak English, so it was much easier for us to communicate. When we were in Da Nang, we hardly talk to anyone. The only people that we talk or can communicate are the receptionists. And honestly, their English is not very good either. But they are at least better than nothing. But in Malaysia here, everyone, even the housekeeper, she can speak fluent English, and we have no problem, going out to the main hall and talk to people. And we don't feel lonely here. We have friends who are just next door, and sometimes we go out and do things together, which is really, really nice. So for me, I find that the vibe is definitely different. You will not feel lonely here, unless you choose to be, by yourself or on your own. But I think overall, you will feel like you are quite safe, or rather, you are very safe here. We were walking out late at night, and we felt like, nobody is like watching us at all. And the street light along Chenang area is very bright and safe. Um, I don't know. If you have been to Langkawi and you felt differently, let me know, all right? So that we can compare notes. But I felt like the crowd here is not like in Da Nang. Da Nang is very, you see people all over, everywhere, all kinds of nationality, a lot of Korean. But here, there's not so much Korean. Here, there's mostly people from either Malaysia or people from Europe. I don't see so much of Asian here because I don't know, maybe Asian people don't like hot weather. Only the European people prefer the sun. I think that's why they are brought to this country because of the sunny weather. As for weather-wise, we have been quite lucky. We haven't got any heavy downpour. So far, we only have maybe 1, 2 days very light rain, and then the weather report is not very accurate. It said that it will rain yesterday quite a bit, but nothing. I think it's also depending on where you are situated. Hello, Margaret, how are you? I'm so glad that you are here. So, Margaret, I'm going to be talking about, like why we have, why we choose Langkawi, and also tell you guys a little bit about, the our lifestyle here, because me and LG, we are really chill. We woke up, we take our time, we have breakfast in the hotel room, and then we go for our water gymnastic for 1 hour, and then we will have lunch. We usually like to buy it here. Hi, Nisna. Okay, thank you. And by the way, it's Chinese New Year. So, if you were to ask me, do I miss the Chinese New Year vibe? Actually, I don't. Actually, I prefer here because here is a Muslim island, and we don't get to feel the Chinese New Year vibe. And Chinese New Year vibe is very noisy, and everywhere you go is like people everywhere, and you will feel like you are surrounded with people. But because here is a Muslim country, we felt like it's the space. I'm not afraid of being sick, because you're gonna see soon, because I already finished creating a video about how it looks like at the beach area, how it looks like at the night market. So the night market can be a bit overcrowded, but the night market that we went yesterday was really chill. It was just beside the beach, and it was the first day, and it was so nice. So you're going to be seeing quite a bit of that, and I don't think so I would talk so much, but I will show you so that the pictures and the video will speak for itself. So let me know if you are planning to come to Malaysia, where do you want to go? But for me, I strongly recommend Langkawi because if you were to ask anyone, where in Malaysia would you rather come visit for a longer period of time? I think Langkawi is the, the favorite place to come visit or stay longer in slow travel. I think Langkawi will pop up. How's my handsome uncle? Your handsome uncle is in outside reading newspaper or looking at his tablet. So I was thinking maybe making use of this piece and just go on live and have a little chat with you guys. I hope you guys are doing good. I'm not at my home. I'm in Langkawi, Malaysia. So this is the hotel room. I'm sitting in the living room. So yeah, I think it's it's something that is worthwhile. That's why I'm coming on live and giving you guys this information. And we like to just chill out, and we don't usually go out into the beach because it was far too hot. I keep telling my friend, my German neighbor, I said, when we went out together to the beach, I keep telling her, I sweat like a pig, I sweat like a pig. And then she started to call me Miss Piggy. So it was all right because we have this understanding, like, I could call her name and she could call me name. And we really have really great fun together these few days. Unfortunately, she left. She went to Thailand on an island, and I will be leaving in 2 days to Thailand also. So we'll see. You never know. Maybe we might meet. Okay, you want to meet uncle maybe later. Stay tuned until the end. I'll show you where he is. He's just sitting right in front of me actually. He's just outside this room, but because there are traffic outside, so I thought maybe make use of the quietness and give you guys a live stream. I think that the area that we stay is quite local, which is what I really like. We have local restaurant, laundry on our side of the street, and just about 50 meters is the tourist part. So it's really really good because then we can eat cheap, we can eat local food, and there are a lot of choices. Whereas just 50 meter away, the price is like really double the price. So for me, I find that, of course, we want to save as much as possible, right? So I think by giving you guys like a guide how to which type of hotel or which area you want to live in is more advisable. For me, I find that this area, even though it's a lot of local people, but I really feel very safe and very cozy. People here are so helpful. So we'll see, all right? And also groceries wise, because the food is so cheap, I don't have to cook. Luckily, I didn't bring my cooking stove, so we never have to go out and eat. So we sometimes eat breakfast at the restaurant just across the street, or if we need to buy lunch, we will pack it when we eat breakfast and then bring it back and just eat them as it is. Because the weather is so hot here, you really don't need to heat up the food again. So I don't know, I don't mind eating food a little bit cold because under hot weather you want to eat food that is not too hot. Auntie, tomorrow is a Sunday. Oh yes, okay, I'm going to check it out, but hopefully I can do some checking because the sky here is quite cloudy these few days. So I think for the past 2-3 days we were having some issue with the booking of the ferry because when I have to leave for Thailand and come back, so the housekeeper is so kind, she say, hey, why do you go to this land, and then because then you have to take another taxi which is going to cost you quite a lot I mean, it's not a lot, but for her, it's a lot. So we have to take a taxi to this checkpoint between the border between Malaysia and Thailand. So she says, don't do that, follow my step. Oh, she gave me so much good advice. And then we were having problem booking for our ferry, and our host in this motel, he is so kind. He's been calling and calling his friend these few days who work in the ferry company, and he managed to book for us the ferry, which is a local price, and he also booked for us a local price for the island hopping tomorrow. So tomorrow is our last day, so I thought maybe we do something special. So me and LG, we will go on a island hopping. Don't worry, I will try to film and show you guys. And if I have an opportunity, right, I will try to do a live streaming. If you guys are into that, let me know. All right. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? Like that. Miss Na. And also the ferry is not very expensive, just 2 hours to go across, and there I'm in Thailand already, so I don't have to drag my bag. I'll just go directly to the Thailand taxi and then transfer to the van, which is also again very cheap. So from us to go from different location, I'm really, really concerned because I'm not the type that likes sun. I'm very spoiled. So I prefer to leave in the morning, but unfortunately the ferry was in the afternoon. So we'll see if I can cope with the heat or not, because it's like 32, 33 degrees Celsius there and now. So can be a little bit too hot for me. Malaysia, no, you don't need to have a tons of money. Malaysia is easily affordable, and really it's not so expensive a country to come visit. But one advice is that if you are a youngster and if you want to go to a country where you could party, Malaysia is not a country where you can party, because I like it because it suits my style. I'm 60 soon, so I'm not into the kind of party, not like in Thailand, whereas in Thailand you can really party from day to night. But no, that's why I choose Malaysia, because we don't have this drinking culture or party culture here. So overall, I find it's really calm and peaceful, and I just love it. I think I probably come again next year, because this place just calmed me down and I felt so relaxed. Film. Yeah, right. I will film for you guys. In fact, I already collected a lot of footage, a lot of clips, and I just upload them. You are unable to see some of them because some of them are reserved for members, and some of them most of them I will be publishing soon when I come back, because I want to make sure that I have the right footage when I discuss about certain topic, so that I could give you guys a footage so that you could relate right away. All right. I say something about the taxi. Yes, taxi wise there's two different types. There's local taxi and there's Grab. Grab is much more cheaper and very effective. We stay put now because it's Chinese New Year first day. So tonight we're going to the market, the night market. But we try not to rent car. We try not to take taxi because it's going to be crowded everywhere. And also the price is going to be increasing because it's a festive holiday. So I don't know. I think we will just stay put and just take it easy, relax, and sleep early, because tomorrow we are going on island hopping. So taxi is like between, if you are taking from the airport to our hotel, which is just I think about 9 minutes maximum to come here, and I think it just costs about, if I'm not wrong, it's Malaysian dollar. It's 12 Malaysian dollars. So you can go and check the conversion. But it's easily affordable. People there, they don't really take taxi because most of the people have cars. The owner of this motel, he has 5 cars. So can you imagine? You know, he can afford to have 5 cars, and all of them are luxury car, like Mercedes. He got 2 Mercedes, one BM, and one small car in case he need to go, to the small lane. So driving wise, it can be a little bit tricky because when you look at the map from Google, you will see, oh, look like a normal street, right? But then when you drive, luckily we rented a small car. So we were like just this much of a gap, between our mirror, the car mirror, and the wall of the houses. So you really have to be aware and try to avoid the small village road because you never know. It looks so different. It looks big at you, Google, but it's not. So try to look, zoom in on the map and see how wide the streets are. Because I was really scared when I was driving through the countryside, where there are houses that are very close together. So try to avoid that. Yes, I booked a cab yesterday and he started taking me to somewhere else, not my place. I jumped. This is what happened to us when we were in Thailand. But no, not here in Langkawi. Here, people follow law unless they are like those hell rider. But the checking, all right, I have a neighbor who's from Poland, and this morning he asked me, hey, auntie, can I ask you, can I drive a motorcycle without an international driving license? I told him, I said, as long as you are not driving more than 50cc, maybe you can opt out the international driving license. But if you get caught, you're going to be facing a big fine and maybe chances of penalty. So I would not advise. I think the international driving license is very good because you can rent both the bike and the car. And do it when you are in your homeland. Don't do it here because you never know how long you're going to stay in this hotel. And maybe it will take like 10-20 days to reach you. And also I noticed the traffic police here is very, very active. Last night when we were walking out, there were like police on both sides of the street. So don't take chance, all right? It's not worth it. As for because we are staying on the west coast. Yeah, on the west coast of Langkawi. So basically there are two area on the west coast or in the east coast. The west coast is for the tourists. Mostly tourists will stay there. Whereas the east coast, it doesn't have any beach. It's called Kua City. There is not so much swimming opportunity, and there's like a local place where local Malaysian people stay or live. So for me, I personally would advise you to stay in Penang because Penang is like more laid back, a lot of tourists, and then you just need to know, like, okay, do some research, like according to your budget. So with the Google Map, it's much easier for you to track. Let's say your budget is like 200 or 20 euro, right? And then you write whatever requirement you want a pool, because for me I find that the beach here is not quite safe because there are jellyfish, and jellyfish can be deadly if you are being attacked a lot of time. And I think some people died. I think few months ago there was one child who died. So I don't take chance. In fact, I went to the beach to swim, But then I quickly get up, because I was so scared. And if you got bitten by the jellyfish, it can be very painful if you got bitten by the wrong one. And there is a man who follow me every day to my house. Oh, dirty, filthy eyes. What should you do? Go and talk to your father. Ask your father to follow you to school. Okay. So pro and con in staying in the Chenang and Kua, right? Pro is that there's always activity, always event. Right now, because we are in the mid of festive season, both the Chinese New Year and the Muslim Hari Raya. So I noticed the activity, the event there in this area is very active. Every day we have an event. So if you are the type that are afraid to alone, you don't have to, because there's so much things to do here. We are the type that like to stay put, because first of all, daytime is too hot for me. So we will take naps and we will just be in the pool, swimming a few laps or 1 hour of water gym. And we are satisfied. And then we have lunch late, and then we go to the city, just taking a walk there. Takes us about 10-15 minutes to walk. And there's always happening. Like tonight, they are having a Chinese New Year bazaar there. So we are going there to have dinner later on. With your grandma. Then ask your grandma to go there and whack him. Okay, now, would you visit Malaysia after talking to you for a while? You guys know, right? This is a country that is very close to my homeland. So for me, language-wise, there's no problem at all if you cannot speak Malay. I feel very homely because I could understand Malay. So sometimes I speak to the host and the housekeeper in Malay, and I felt like it was a good chance for me to practice my language, my Malay Bahasa language. So it's really good for me, because then I could be more fluent. Food wise, if you like spicy food, there's no way to go around unless you choose to go to eat at the Chinese restaurant, which is a few here, which I've never been there because I enjoy the Malay food. So for breakfast wise, we try to eat the roti prata, the flat bread where they just flip through, which I love. And LG love that too, and it can be quite filling. So our routine is like that, when we eat like flat bread like this, we will take it easy during lunch, maybe have some fruit, and then in the evening we'll go and eat a proper meal. And how much does it cost, right? For a meal, easily for breakfast is about 14 ringgit, like this morning. 14 ringgit, and then for lunch, if you were to eat like packed meal, maybe around 20, 10 for everyone. Actually it's 9 ringgit. Me and LG, we have each a pack of fried noodles. And for dinner, if you were to eat a la carte, then like we did is we order 2-3 different dishes, and then we share just between me and him. Indian call it dosai. Okay. Oh yeah, the Indomie I haven't tried the Indomie yet. It's how did I see it everywhere. They have Indomie, but I haven't tried it yet. So we'll see if I have a chance to try it. But the country, the Thai region that I will be visiting is Hat Ai. Very difficult to pronounce. Hat and then this place is very good for people who like to eat a lot. So if you like to eat and you want to see how the food look like there, because this place is very very famous, A lot of Malaysian people, they go over there purposely to eat. So I'm trying to, lose weight, but ah, I can't do that because I just have to. I can't, when I see the food, because we cannot find them in Sweden. So, I have to take the chance. I fly all the way here. It's just to eat and also to relax, right? So I think I will not stop myself. And as long as I'm doing my regular daily exercise, I think it shouldn't be any problem. Saudi Arabia is best. Okay, I'll give it a try. How much is your weight? Oh, okay, how can you ask that? You cannot ask that. But I'll definitely put on weight. But I think because I'm exercising every day, so I think my weight has maintained. I just need to work harder if I eat more. So it's not so much that I would worry because it's very hot, and then when you perspire, you're also burning your calorie, right? Mm. Okay, we rented a car to go around the island because this island is not very big. So it was just enough for us to just take the small car and just go around. So we've been to many like nature places with the car. And the one thing I realized is because Langkawi is a very nature resource place, UNESCO preservation park. So there is a lot of green, and there's a lot of monkeys and wild dogs. But the wild dog doesn't bother us at all. The monkey was so sweet. But please, please don't go and touch them, because if you get scratched by them, you have to go to the hospital and have an injection. I mean, you never know, right? Because all these monkey, they are in the forest, so they might have some virus. So it's better not to do that, because don't take risks. For SIM card, we have what do you call that? We sign a contract for 100 GB, but to be honest, I didn't use because most of the time we are in the hotel, so we use the Wi-Fi, which is really fast. So I a little bit regret that I buy. We should have just stick to one person, and then we use that. I never have the chance to use my data. It's not very expensive. I think we spend like 35 ringgit for 100 GB. But I hardly use it, so it's a waste. So if I would extend it, maybe when I do the road trip, then maybe I would just need one SIM card instead of extending both. I mean, even though it's not expensive, but it's not necessary to have both SIM card. There are hundreds of monkey. Yes, it is a lot of monkey. I don't know. I have written something here which I want to discuss about. If you have any question, take the opportunity to ask me now, because I hope that I could, advise you. When we came to Langkawi, we were stopped at Doha by Qatar Airline. I noticed about Qatar Airline, they sometimes have delay. So you want to make sure your transit time is at least 4 hours, because if you have lesser than 3 hours, you're gonna panic. Because sometimes the last time when we came just before KL, Kuala Lumpur, we were delayed by 1 hour. So me and LG, we were like so worried that we might miss our flight. But luckily, when we arrived in KL, it was quite okay. So, well, we'll see. Do you have any questions for me? Otherwise, I'm going to hop up and we are going to go out for lunch. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can. Okay, can you hear me or not? How about hundreds of monkey? Yes, I hope so. Let's see, yeah? If I can switch the. This is the hotel. This is the handsome uncle, and this is our neighbor. He say hello. They're from Poland. So this is how it look like from our motel. And there is a pool over there, but it's going to rain soon, so we see. So normally we just sit outside here for coffee, and I'm hungry now. Maybe we should go for dinner. Okay. So we are quite hungry. I mean, I'm quite hungry. So I'll see if I could go out and fix something to eat before I faint. All right, so Miss Na, are you satisfied with the uncle? You get to see uncle. Let me know in the comment. Maybe you might have a different perspective about Langkawi. I'd love to hear from you. And I'll see you in my next live stream. Hopefully when I'm in Bangkok. Not in Bangkok. Hopefully when I'm in Hat Lai. Then I'll try and see if I can do a live streaming there. Alright? And show you guys what a goody there. See you. Bye bye.